A little video or slide augmented story time for you guys this week. So there's three things in life that you can't outsource to someone else. That's your fitness, your own health, and your own mental health, which would sum up in the word happiness now, which is why Ian has it on his t-shirt. Well, everyone knows what you do for fitness and health. It's constant varied function movements executed at high intensity, or what you've just done for the last hour. We all know what we're meant to do for our body weight, our heart health. Eat meat and veg, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, and no sugar. See, I did that without even looking at the slide. Okay? Well, people say you should look after your mental health, but what does that mean? So we've spent a lot of time dialing into the specifics, the daily practices one should have for a mental health routine. Because that seems to be one of the biggest stumbling blocks, apart from not knowing how your mental health is affecting you, not knowing what specifically to do. So we have foundational practices, and the first one is mindfulness, or just taking a clarity break. You're overloaded with messages, you're overloaded with tasks. Taking some quiet time daily is going to help. Okay? So if you don't like the thought of just sitting down and counting your breath, just give yourself a minute just to relax and not have any input from the radio, the TV, your spouse, your boss, your kids. Taking those clarity breaks allows the important stuff to bubble to the surface and allows you to see what's important and what's urgent. The second one then we have is compassion. And that doesn't mean gooiness to yourself, that means forgiving yourself. We talk to our best friends, we talk to our kids, we talk to our athletes in a very supportive, very encouraging way. But we tend not to talk to ourselves in the same way. Okay? And if you ever heard someone talk to you in that way, you'd be disgusted and you wouldn't tolerate it. So catch yourself like that and forgive yourself for your past mistakes. We've all made them. That's the element of kindness as well, is that when we fuck up, which we always do, like I'm mistiming these, right? Be kind to yourself. We all mess up. Now, compassion and being kind to yourself doesn't mean that if you have money to raise or a job to do or weight to lose, that you go, well, I'm going to be really kind to myself and sit on the couch and eat ice cream all the time. Okay? That is not treating yourself like someone you're responsible for help. Okay? We feed and we take care of our dogs better than we do ourselves sometimes. Okay? That means being a good boss to yourself. Making sure, yeah, I am going to go to the gym. I am going to eat my salad. I am going to take the time for myself to do what's important rather than what I want to do in the moment. Moving on for that is gratitude and bright spots. This is why we do Bright Spot Fridays or Feel Good Fridays. The great expression I heard was an entire forest growing makes less noise than one tree falling. Now, 30,000 years ago when we were in the Serengeti, or 10,000 or 100,000, whatever it was, it made sense to look out for threats all the time. Now we live in a world of opportunity, but our brains are still wired back then. We always ask what's wrong and how do we fix it, and equally important or better question is, what's going right and how can I clone it? What was going good that day I felt really happy? What was going good that day I feeling my lift? What sort of headspace was I in that day I ate right? And replicate that rather than going, why am I missing lifts? Why am I feeling sore from training? I'm feeling sore from training because Sam told me the game's week. Spoiler alert. Thanks, Sam, I appreciate that. I'm showing some gratitude for keeping me humble. And then the most gooey part of the whole talk is loving kindness or sympathetic joy. Okay? Put it simply in a more down-to-earth phrase is, don't be hating. Don't be hating. Okay? It is very easy for a brain to slip into, they don't have their problems, they don't have my problems, they don't have my stresses, they have it really easy. When you're doing that, you're focusing on a negative, you're making yourself a victim, and you're burning yourself. Okay? To quote Tony Stark in Endgame, resentment is corrosive, and the only thing it burns is yourself. So being happy for people, celebrating other victories has a very selfish benefit and makes you happy. Now these are the daily foundational practices, and you might look at them and say, well, I tried that once and it didn't work. Well, guess what? I did a burpee once and I didn't qualify for the CrossFit Games. And I had a salad once and I didn't have a six-pack. These are practices that we've got to keep coming back to, daily foundational things that will help your mental health. Guys, I'm giving a talk on this in Killarney in 2 weeks' time. If anyone wants to talk about further than this or go through some lessons with me, this is a service we're offering to you guys now. Just reach out and talk to me and we'll sit down and take some time. Other than that, thanks very much. Thank you.